Greetings, everyone. Oh, you thought Halloween was over? Yeah, we're not even close to done with Halloween yet. No, not even close. We've got updates to do. I've been watching horror movies like crazy and got to do reviews of them. Oh no, there's plenty more Halloween to come. You know, you've been around. You know that Halloween almost always goes into overtime on my channel. Yeah, plus the fact that I was horribly ill through the past 2 weeks of October meant I couldn't do anywhere near as many videos as I wanted to. So, we're going into overtime. Deal with it. I don't hear many complaints. Alrighty, so today, before we get into the huge batch of movie reviews I need to get caught up on, I've got one more update for you. I actually picked up a few more things towards the end of the month and the beginning of this month. Well, cheap candy, of course, day after Halloween or week after Halloween. Half-price candy everywhere, sometimes even less. So, yeah, kind of stocked up on junk, but that's something else. Everybody does that. That's nothing special. So what all did I pick up? Well, let's take a look. Got some more movies, got some comics, and even got something else, which I'll show you today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Close quarters updates. Basically, the whole reason I'm so cramped in here is because I want to get some of this stuff going. Here, let's actually angle this a little bit so you can see some of the glowy lightness. Not really enough water in there to get some mist going. There is mist in the skull. You just can't really see it very well. Alrighty, so let's start off with some Blu-ray updates, shall we? Yes, indeed. Alrighty, so first off, this is a very terrifying film, sure to give children everywhere nightmares for decades to come. We have the 10th anniversary edition of Napoleon Dynamite. Gosh! Yeah, okay, anyway. This is the Liger skin edition. I don't know what you can see, but it's kind of fuzzy. The black stripes are fuzzy. And comes in very nice artwork in the packaging. However, it's one of these god-awful, like, environmentally conscious packages that I hate. So you got the DVD edition on a flipper disc. What's up with that? And then you have the Blu-ray just on a regular Blu-ray. So there you go. Thank God Blu-rays can't be scratched that easily. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to put the Blu-ray in the front and actually put the flipper disc in the back. I don't even know what the point is of the flipper disc because basically they have all the same extras. Oh, look at that. The glue is actually coming apart on the side there. That's why it wasn't holding the disc properly. Excellent! Yeah, I hate this cheap-ass packaging. I basically got it because I was like, cool! Oh my god, squeak, squeak, squeak. That's what we want to hear. Anyway, I honestly don't know that there's much difference content-wise between this and the regular Blu-ray edition, so unless, fucking hell, I can't even get it back in the sleeve. There, we'll go backwards. It gets caught on the little foldy lip thing. So anyway, unless the Liger packaging is really, really important to you, I'd say just go with the regular edition, honestly, because this packaging is a fucking pain in the ass! Looks very nice until you open it up, and then you realize how god-awful it really is. Which would explain why I found this already in the bargain bins. I mean, this edition only came out a few months ago, and yeah, I've never seen it go for more than $10. I think I got it for about 6 or 7, maybe that. Next up, this is a horror franchise that everybody's been trying to get me to watch for ages. Even Ishimura Crewman 87 sent me a beautiful DVD collector's set of the first three, and then just a regular DVD of the fourth one. Never got around to watching them, but I do keep the set because it's an awesome display piece. I can't really show you right now because it's kind of incorporated into the Halloween display, but you'll know which one I'm talking about when I show you what this is. Now, this particular collection is bare bones. It's just the movies, but for the price, I just couldn't say no. I thought, wow, what an affordable way to actually be able to check out the whole damn series. We have Saw, the complete collection. This has all 7 movies on Blu-ray, and it's all the unrated cuts as well. So let me just show you something. Some people have been complaining about the fact that it's a 3-disc set and that it's 7 movies spread across 3 discs. Well, okay, 3 50-gig discs. The first disc, we have Saw 1 and 2. The second disc, we've got 3, 4, and 5. And the last disc, we've got 6 and 7. That's fine. I mean, bear in mind, it's just the movies. There isn't even trailers on here. There's nothing. It's just the movies and nothing else. So, I mean, 2 or 3 movies per disc, I think that is perfectly acceptable. So I'm not expecting much of a dip in quality, if any, that would be noticeable. So next up we have, well, you know what a huge Robert E. Howard fan I am. I just love the Conan novels and the comics and just everything. This is another one of his creations that I've been wanting to check out for a while. I still have not read any of the original stories or the comics based on this character, but I heard that this particular movie adaptation was actually quite good. We have Solomon Kane, with the slipcover, no less, which is quite nice. There you go. So pretty sweet stuff. Basically, he's a guy who fights demons and stuff in the Middle Ages or something like that. Anyway, you can tell I've read nothing of it, but I am aware of the character. The first I think I heard of the character was one of the Marvel comics. They had like a 4-issue miniseries of his adventures or something. He was often in mostly backup features in Savage Sword of Conan and stuff like that. Never really got his own book very often. He had a miniseries, and then I think more recently Dark Horse has done some newer stuff with the character. But he's almost been like the black sheep of the Robert E. Howard universe, it seems. There's all this fan love for the character, yet there's not a lot of material out there. So I definitely want to check it out. And I thought, well, I heard good things about this movie, so maybe this will be a nice introduction to the character and the world that he inhabits. Next up, well, I got the 2 that bookend this series, so I had to get the middle 2 chapters to be able to finally sit down and get caught up. Picked up Paranormal Activity 3, which was actually the last one in the bargain bin. It was literally at the bottom of the bargain bin, buried under a bunch of stuff, and the case is basically falling apart. But whatever, it has the movie in it, and the discs themselves are in fine condition. So a simple Blu-ray case like this is easy and cheap to replace. So I got that, and of course Paranormal Activity 4. So now I have 2, 3, 4, and the marked ones. And I actually downloaded a fan sub of Tokyo Night, which is the Japanese remake / side story / whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's actually supposed to be part of the series, but a lot of fans say, well, if you watch the other ones, you should watch the Japanese one too. But it's never got a release here, so basically the only way you can see it is as a fan sub. So if it ever does get a release here, I'll pick it up just for completion's sake. I have not watched that one yet. I have watched the other 4, however. So just as I did my review of the first one a couple years ago when I first saw it, I am going to do a review of all 4 of the sequels thus far and give you my impressions of the series as a whole. But that'll be another video for another day. And then finally, I've heard a lot of good things about this particular TV series. I keep seeing DVD. There's been a lot of different DVD releases of it over the years. This one seemed like a pretty good way to get my feet wet on it. It's got, well, let me just show you here. We have A Haunting. Now this is a special edition that contains the entire first 6 seasons. There is a 7th season which is presently airing, but this basically gives you the whole damn set up to the end of season 6 on 9 discs. So that is excellent. That's really nice. From Timeless Media, which is basically a sister label of Shout Factory's. It's kind of one of their bargain labels. And so it's got 53 episodes spread across 9 discs. So that's pretty cool. I was particularly curious about checking this out after seeing The Conjuring, because I understand that Ed and Lorraine Warren were actually consultants on a lot of episodes for this series, and a lot of the episodes are actually based on their investigations. So pretty cool stuff. Now, as for how much it cost, get this: $24.99 at Walmart. Yeah, $24.99 for 6 seasons of a haunting. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Alrighty, so next up, picked these up just today, actually. A couple of graphic novels and a little something else. First off, the local comic shop was having something of a sale on both hardcover and softcover graphic novels. Really good sale, too. Softcovers are going for $5 a piece. Hardcovers are going for $10 a piece. So pretty sweet. Unfortunately, there weren't a ton of things there that sort of caught my eye, which I guess is why they're clearing them out, just trying to get them off the shelves. But there was one in particular that I saw that I could not resist. We have Blood, a Tale. Now I remember when this originally came out, it was a 4-issue miniseries put out by Marvel's Epic Comics line. Now Epic Comics was basically Marvel's creator-owned line, tended to have a lot more mature storylines. It's kind of like what Vertigo is now with DC, and what Max is with Marvel. That's basically what Epic Comics was. It was like the early gestational version of that. So they did a whole bunch of really cool stuff. I have a pretty sizable collection of Epic Comics, and would love to get more, because I think there was just some great stuff that came out of that line. Anyway, this is one of them that I had heard about, but never got around to checking out, never got around to picking up. So recently, funny enough, speaking of Vertigo actually reprinted it as a graphic novel, like as a trade paperback reprint edition. So this is all 4 issues together. And regular price for this edition was $30.95 Canadian. It was on sale for $5, and basically in perfect condition. Really can't complain there. So yeah, Blood, a Tale. Basically a very different kind of vampire story. But one thing I like about it is just the beautiful painted artwork in this, like almost like a watercolor style. Very very cool, like very, very stylistic and such. And it's written by J.M. DeMatteis, who some of you may recognize from Moon Shadow, which was also another Epic Comics series that they have just a variety of different kinds of crazy panel layouts, which is another one that was quite popular and quite off the wall. So a lot of people were curious about this, kind of for the same reasons, that they liked Moon Shadow. And then this one came out just recently. I haven't actually checked to see if there's a Volume 3 on the way, but I'm very excited to see Volume 2 of Mike Grell's Green Arrow. Yeah, this is more of the 80s Green Arrow as urban legend, urban, hero having a midlife crisis. Great stuff. This book contains issues 7 through 12 of the 80s series. The series itself being a direct continuation of the Longbow Hunters miniseries. So if you liked the Longbow Hunters and the first volume, Hunter's Moon, definitely pick up this one. This is called Here There Be Dragons. Yeah, so some really good stuff there. I really like this more sort of urban, gritty, realistic take on Green Arrow, and I'm hoping that they continue with these reprints, because these are still issues that I actually have. I have the single issues of them, but obviously I don't want to be cracking open the originals all the time when I could just have a nice trade paperback to read, and keep the originals in nice shape. But I'm hoping that they continue reprinting these, because it's a great series and there's some great stories in them, and I think it's a very sadly overlooked era of Green Arrow's long history, and one that definitely deserves to be revisited. In particular, if you liked the style of the Green Lantern, Green Arrow stuff from the mid 70s, you're going to love this, because this is basically more of the same kind of thing, like dealing with real world issues and stuff like that. And but also has some other aspects of it. For example, if you watch the show Arrow, you'll be familiar with the character of Shadow. Well, that's Shadow right there. This is the series that introduced Shadow. Actually, specifically the Longbow Hunters, but the character was continued in this. So this is where Shadow comes from. So if you like that character in Arrow, you definitely want to check this out, because it's the origins of that character, and you get to find out where she originally came from and what she's all about and stuff. And it's really, really good stuff. So finally, last but most definitely not least, I'm not one normally to pick up this type of thing because it's not sort of my main collecting focus, but this one in particular I decided to make an exception, and there's a very good reason for that. I picked up the 2013 reissue of the original 1979 MPC model kit of Alien. Yeah. Now this is a 100% authentic reproduction. It basically has all of the original box art, fully intact and 100% accurate. And the model kit inside is also 100% accurate, right down to the the instructions and everything. The only difference is it has a 2013 copyright date on it. And the other difference is it has this backing sheet, which the original did not have. But very cool. But the reason I got this was because when I was a kid, I used to have the original of this. It was given to me as a Christmas present by some distant uncle. And my parents, of course, I believe, had seen the movie and were shocked that I received a toy of it, like this highly detailed model kit of the horrifying creature from Alien. Now you got to understand, I mean, nowadays the artwork of H.R. Giger and sort of the whole biomechanical thing and this type of creature design is not that uncommon. I mean, we've seen it a lot in the past 30 plus years. But at the time, this was so ahead of its time. I mean, people just did not know what to make of it. And my mom certainly did not know what to make of it. So my dad helped me put the model kit together, and it's a really nice model kit. I mean, it's very detailed. It has a little bit of articulation. The arms move, the head swivels, the little tongue comes out, and stuff like that. I mean, it's a very cool kit. And of course, when I received it, I was like 8 or 9 years old at the time, so obviously way too young to see the movie, and I wouldn't be seeing the movie until I was, into my teens. But as a kid, I was just fascinated by the design and the fact that I knew there was a movie of it. The movie kind of took on this I don't know, strange quality to me, but like this mysterious quality to me, like just seeing the alien model and then looking at the handful of pictures on the box, which really, they're the most boring pictures possible from the film, but it just really got my imagination going, wondering what is this movie like, what is it about, and stuff like that. But the thing that really struck me, even as a kid, was just the design. I thought it was just such a cool, unique creature design, and I was really fascinated by it. So I would play with it. I mean, but even as a kid, I knew that this was a model kit. This is not an action figure, so you got to be careful. So, my dad helped me put it together, and it sat on my shelf. It was a nice display piece for, at least a year or so. And then one day, after a while, I kind of noticed that I didn't know where it was. I was like, hey, where'd my alien go? Like, where is it? And then, I asked my mom if she knew where it was, and she said, oh, I threw it away. Like, what? You threw it away? But why? She says, well, I thought it was ugly. Yes, it is ugly, but in a beautiful way. So, yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? Now, 30 years later, Alien and Aliens are two of my mom's favorite movies. And what's even funnier is, I mean, I'm sure you're all thinking like, oh, it's the classic story of the moms throwing away the collectibles. Yeah, she's actually a huge collector now herself. She collects. She was collecting teddy bears for quite a while, like vintage ones and like special collector's edition ones, like really nice high-end teddy bear stuff. And now she's collecting Star Wars stuff, old and new. And she's apparently got this huge Star Wars collection that apparently will be part of my inheritance many moons from now. But so I found that kind of funny that the tables have kind of turned. So I was telling the guys in the comic shop about that, and they just laughed and says, "Oh, the mums of the world." And I said, "Well, what's funny is now she's a huge Star Wars collector. It's like, oh, you should go and throw all her Star Wars stuff out." Like, yeah, no kidding, eh? But anyway, so when I saw that they had reissued this model kit, I was like, no brainer. I was like, yes, as soon as I get paid, I am getting that model kit, and zero hesitation. And it was really cheap too. It's only $25. At least at the comic shop it was. You might even be able to find it cheaper somewhere else. I don't know. But so it was $25. And just out of curiosity, I looked up on eBay to see what the original kit was going for. And the original kit, mint in box with the original shrink wrap on, goes for about $200. So it's, not bad, I guess, considering how much some other Alien merchandise goes for. But yeah, definitely was not going to pay $200 for it. Especially when, this is, as I say, it's 100% authentic. There's literally no difference at all between this and the original. Like, this is a completely authentic reissue. They've been doing a bunch of these, apparently. There's actually a pamphlet in there of a bunch of the other model kit reissues they've been doing. So yeah, might pick up a few others, because I don't know, there's something retro cool about these old model kits that you just don't see a lot of anymore. I don't know. But anyway, very happy to have the Alien back in the collection. Before anyone asks, yes, I'm planning to do a video where I put it all together. No, I'm not leaving it in the box. I'm building this fucking thing, and I'm putting it back on my fucking shelf where it should have been for the past 30 fucking years. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm not going to bother painting it, just going to put it together. It's really, it's the Alien. It's black with the clear dome. That's pretty much its color. So, you can do highlights, I guess, if you really want to, but I'm not really into that, per se. I'm not like a big model kit guy. But, yeah. So anyway, there you go. Pretty good pile of stuff to end off the Halloween buying spree season. Going to be curbing back the, cutting back on the updates for a little bit here. But as I say, I've got lots of reviews coming up, so you can enjoy that. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.